And we wanted to get a local law expert's opinion on this decision to end Roe versus Wade. And joining us now on the line is law professor Emily Berman from the University of Houston Law Center. Professor Berman, first off, thanks so much for joining us. There has been strong reaction across the board to this announcement. Break down what this decision means right now.
Well, right now, it means that in states that choose to do so, they are free to bar abortion in any way, shape, or form. Many states already, like Texas, have what are known as trigger laws in place where 30 days after a decision like this one comes down, it automatically go into effect. Texas also has what's known as a zombie law. It's a law from before Roe versus Wade was decided that criminalizes abortion. And the Attorney General, Tim Paxton, recently issued an advisory saying that abortion providers could be criminally liable for providing abortion starting today. So it's a big difference.
And honing in on Texas, legally for Texans, Professor, what does it mean for those who might be trying to seek an abortion from this day forward?
Yeah, it's going to be a lot more difficult. It's going to be a lot more expensive. It's not just that that Texas has a trigger law. Louisiana has one, Oklahoma has one, Arkansas has one. So women are going to have to travel quite a long distance. The burden is going to be particularly heavy on women who are of lesser means, or women who have jobs that don't provide them the flexibility to travel for those sorts of procedures. So it's going to become quite a logistical challenge for a lot of women in Texas who want to seek out that reproductive health care.
You know, it's been almost 50 years for Roe versus Wade. Why did SCOTUS decide to overturn it right now?
They had the votes. Really, that there's nothing that has changed other than the personnel on the court. This has been a goal of the conservative legal movement for decades. They have been very effective at pushing it forward. And the fact that President Trump was able to appoint 3 justices in his one-year term really put them over the top. And so this was an opportunity. And they took it.
And so what do you think is going to happen next? Where do we go from here?
I think there are 2 things to look for right now. So one is what happens to other rights that are protected in the same area of law. So things like gay marriage or the right to contraception, are those going to be challenged now? And secondly, I think we have to look at what's the next step for abortion opponents. They're not going to be happy simply with overturning Roe versus Wade. And so we have to think about things like, there might be a push for a federal law banning abortion. There might be a push in states to recognize fetus as quote unquote persons that are entitled to the right to life, and therefore people could be prosecuted for murder for having abortion. So I think sort of where the pro-life movement goes from here is something to keep your eye on.
Yeah, certainly. All right, law professor Emily Berman from the University of Houston Law Center. We certainly appreciate your time and your insight this afternoon. Thank you so much.